mistaken because Jeff just said something. All right. What is going on, Ravens flock? We are joining you here mid draft, pick 17. New England is on the clock. Very eventful draft so far. A lot of surprises. A lot of teams trading up, teams trading back. And we are here approaching towards Ravens pick 22 bots. What are your thoughts so far? What's
Well, I was
going
going to ask you, favorite pick so far and least favorite pick so far?
on? I think my favorite pick is Jalen Carter to 9 to the Eagles. I always thought that he was going to go to Philly. I think that was always the pick for me. And my least favorite pick is Emmanuel Forbes to 16 to Washington. I think that's dumb. I think that's very dumb.
So, anybody that's been following me for a while knows that I'm a big proponent of premium positions. I've recently softened my stance a little bit to kind of blend the Howie Roseman strategy. Essentially, load up on the lines, load up on the boundaries, and don't pay running backs and don't pay inside linebackers. That's what it really boils down to. It's not you don't have to devalue every position, but the two most devalue those two. Long story short, I like that pick of Carter for sure. He's got that mentorship from big Jordan Davis from last year. I think that, I don't know. Anytime teams take running backs before the Ravens pick, I always like that choice. So either one of the two you can go with as far as least favorite / most favorite, most beneficial for the Ravens.
Definitely. And Christian Gonzalez here going off the board to New England. So falls for some reason, medicals, who knows? But that's a solid pick for Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, one thing I trust him with the most is corners. So he will have him dialed up.
But should you? I mean, I understand he developed J.C. Jackson, but paying up for Stephon Gilmore wasn't like a stroke of genius, and paying up for Darrelle Revis wasn't like he's developing somebody. They picked that other guy from Houston last year, the really tiny slot / return man, Marcus Jones, I think his name was.
Yeah, yep.
I don't know. I just don't give carte blanche to Belichick on corners, is all I'm trying to say.
Well, he did pick Jack Jones as well last year, who was also someone that they had coming out and popped real quick. So I think he was one of PFF's highest graded corners in coverage. So, okay, maybe not developing the corners, but using them. I will say that. I think the Belichick defense knows how to really get the most out of some guys.
Well, that's really who Ozzie learned from. I mean, the Ozzie blueprint, the Ravens way, is pretty damn similar to the Belichick way in a lot of ways. We were having a little conversation with a Patriots fan. I don't know, it's probably been a couple months now, but he was telling us about comp picks and UDFAs and BPA, and it was shockingly similar. I will say that. Shockingly similar.
Definitely. What are your thoughts on Will Levis? Will Levis is still available out in the stratosphere. Do you think he got two teams that could potentially take a quarterback? Do you think he goes here soon, or what?
I think my former colleague Spencer said it best. He's a bigger version of Baker. So to me, it's probably a late first round, early second round, somewhere between 25 and 65 type of skill set. I don't know. I'm just really excited that the corners and the cornerback board so far is falling in my favor, because the Ravens' biggest need, and personally my personal most impactful position on the entire defensive side of the ball.
Definitely. I'm feeling good. I really am. I'm really feeling, good about who's here at 22. I think the Ravens are going to have.
Give me your five best or whatever seven guys you would take right now. Top 7.
In order, I would go Banks, Porter, JSN, Nolan Smith, Quentin Johnson, and a wild card, Zay Flowers. That would be my 7th.
Yeah, that's pretty much pretty damn close to what I think. Let me catch up here a minute and give me your take on AFC North divisional rivals while I set up here a little bit.
So Pittsburgh just recently hopped the Jets for a tackle. I thought it was a great move. I thought the Jets were probably going to go tackle there at 15. So you gotta be able to and be willing to hop a team to take the player that you want. So I thought that was a good, smart decision. The Bengals not up yet, and then the Browns don't have a pick in the first or second round. But I think that was a pretty solid move from the Pittsburgh to be able to jump up and strike. Broderick Jones is definitely a little more of a traits type tackle, but I think it's good. I think Pittsburgh they love going skill positions. They're like addicted to it, and
premium positions, really.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what do you mean skill positions?
Like wide receiver, corner, edge. Like they love. They hate the trenches almost. They hate it. Like I don't remember the time where they've went a trench position in the first round in a while. So
yeah, you might have to go all the way back to Hayward. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was good for them to not, even though they needed a corner, I think they really did need to solidify the interior. So and both sides of the ball, they're gonna come back up. Well, I guess since it's 32. Does 32 get picked tonight, or is they wait till?
No, only 31 gets picked tonight. So I'm always a proponent of premium positions, obviously, and I respect Pittsburgh's move to get the last blue chip tackle, so to speak, in this draft class. I mean, looking at the picks since, you take Flores before Gonzalez. I mean, this guy is, 30 pounds less than I weigh, and I'm only about 5'11". So, and then Will McDonald is essentially a lesser version of Ojabo. Put some pants on over there, Jerry. He's essentially a lesser version of Ojabo, and I just don't understand taking this guy early. But from a Ravens perspective, the board's breaking pretty damn nice. Did we get to the Lions pick in yet? Let me check some. Let me refresh this real quick. Get the Lions pick, Yuri. No, we're still waiting on the Lions pick. So we basically have, what is that? 6 picks ago, we have Deontay Banks, Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Joey Porter Jr., Miles Murphy, and depending on who your 6th is, the tackles are going. I don't know who my 6th is, but if we can get one more reach in this range here, I think I'll be pretty satisfied with picking from the remaining options.
Well, I would have the stream know that these are called 5-inch seam short pants. They come to about waist high, and it's made for for people like me with nice calves. So, I gotta show it off. You know what I mean? They just went Jack Campbell.
Oh my God! All right, so that means one of the 5 that I want are going to be there.
Detroit's having a terrible fucking draft.
I mean, Lion's going to lion. Lion's going to lion.
Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell. Like, I thought Jack Campbell was 50 or 48.
That's pretty gross. All I want to say is thank God for dumb teams that don't take positional value and surplus value into account.
Ugh. Idiot. They were so close to greatness, and then they just did this.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Jack Campbell. I think the Mike skill set is like dying in the NFL. So to have someone that's 6'5" and 240 pounds, I think that's great at 48. But at 18, like this is like what's wrong with this draft?
There's 2 positions there's 1 position on each side of the ball that is 90% replaceable intrinsically. Just without anything happening, no matter how good your player is or how bad your player is, a lesser player can produce at a 90% level. One on each side of the ball, you know? And it's running back on offense and inside linebacker on defense. And to go into a draft where you're looking pretty and you're like, okay, we got some ammunition. We're surging here. You know, we're a little bit of upside. And then you reach for a back and then reach for a linebacker on top of it. It's pitiful. But again, from a Ravens perspective, I'm pretty pleased.
Yeah, if Will Levis goes here at 19, we're set. We're getting Joey Porter, Deontay Banks, or Jackson Smith-Njigba. One of those 3.
Or Zay Flowers. All right, so Smith-Njigba versus Flowers. Pitch, because honestly, I have Flowers above JSN.
I think it's a pedigree thing for me. I think that Flowers is I think he's a 4-year senior, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Versus.
So he has pedigree. He's a third year redshirt. I don't know, true junior, I think, right? Jason?
He is. I just feel like JSN, he just has this. And they both have it. I mean, I just feel like JSN's got this weird it factor to him, and it's like it's not like a quantifiable, measurable trait that I can put down. You know what I mean? Like it's just something like when you watch him, where you're like, when I was thinking back to other receivers that I've watched, and it's like he's not like wowing me. He's not blowing me away, but he's like doing everything right, so to say. And I feel like a lot of the times you overthink the players like that. Like, you know, the highlight, you know, you're not thinking about like the highlight reels and the juking guys in open field.
He's a possession slot. Do you want to take it? Do you want to? Good. Because I don't want him either.
To the Steelers. So we are really going to have. I mean, Buccaneers. Excuse me.
Yeah, from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got pick of the litter here, and we're going to see what the Ravens scouting department treasures and what they don't. Because
they have to trade back. The board's falling so good their way, they can move back 2 spots to still get someone.
Can they though? You know, it takes 2 to tango. They need a trade partner. If nobody wants to come up for these corners that apparently aren't good enough to go ahead of 166-pound Manny Forbes, who's going to come up for the running backs are gone. I mean, they're going to come off the receivers. I mean, I don't know.
Does Seattle take Levis here?
Maybe this is why they're. Well, I think Seattle probably needs a corner.
They
They
took one at 5.
Oh yeah, they did. They did. So this is falling perfectly for the Ravens. Just give me your guy, Deontay Banks. Cross your fingers, cross your shoelaces, cross your whatever else you have that you can cross. And let's get Deontay Banks, man. Honestly, I woke up this morning with like thinking about I wish we could trade up for Deontay Banks. So if we can get Deontay Banks without trading up, let's go.
Seattle. Maybe Seattle goes Nolan Smith here. That would be a smart pick.
I mean, I could take Noah Smith too. I mean, all these reaches, man. Take running backs early. This was a 20-man draft, or maybe it was like an 18-man draft. And then Detroit pushed the few remaining first-round blue chippers down to us. Thank goodness. I love you, Detroit.
12 through 18 has been ridiculous. Some of the worst picks outside of maybe Pittsburgh moving up. Those have been just absurd. Maybe okay. I'll give Pittsburgh and Green Bay. I'll give them caveats, but all the other ones, this is. I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, who cares? Better for the Ravens, all right? Ozzie Newsome made his legacy on other teams making bad decisions. Okay, the last, essentially during the dark years, which I will call the 2012 to 17, where Harbaugh was just not putting the product on the field that could win the postseason. And Flacco was a huge, huge part of that. But essentially, those were the dark years. I mean, I would consider that the down period. How they dig themselves, dude. Put the camera higher. How did they dig themselves out of that? How did the Ravens dig themselves out of that? Ronnie Stanley, Marlon Humphrey, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Orlando Brown, within 3 cycles, and they had at one point they had 3 All-Pros and 3 Pro Bowler premium position guys on rookie contracts at the same time. Now that's how you go on a run. They didn't capitalize on it then, but better late than never. And I appreciate DeCosta's aggressiveness. Do we have another pick yet?
No, not yet. Seattle's still rolling. Maybe we're moving up.
Why are we going to move up, man? Everybody's coming to us.
Maybe the Chargers won Smith and Jigba, and we want them too.
Why? Who wants another Keenan Allen? The Chargers want this.
The Chargers, dude, they're addicted to it.
They want another version of Keenan Allen?
Maybe.
I just don't want a slot. I mean, if the Ravens take, I said this, I think yesterday in the chat. If the Ravens take a pass rusher, an offensive tackle, even a wideout or a corner, that's a premium position. That player can retain value. Look at what who was the tackle that Andre Dillard, the Eagles took 4 years ago. This dude started like 2 games. He still got him a 4th-round comp pick. So those kind of positions retain value. I would really like to get. I mean, I don't know. Just move up 2 spots for Banks. Where are you at? You want to go down? You going to go down?
Yeah.
You're going to go down for Porter?
Yeah.
What if you get burned?
So be it. How far down do you think we're gonna move?
I don't know, man. Are you like 3 picks ahead of me already?
No. I'm still 20. Seattle's a minute and 6 seconds right now.
Bro, I don't want a stud corner. I want a stud corner. Like I told Antonio Cromartie earlier. I don't know if you. Yeah, I think you might have just. It was before you jumped on, but my favorite position in football is quarterback, and you want Deontay Banks, you get Marlon Humphrey. You want Joey Porter, you get Jimmy Smith. You know, I'll take either of them. I'll take either of them in a
Well,
heartbeat.
hey, I'm wearing the Jimmy Smith jersey, man. Come on.
Bro, I got one upstairs. I'm about to go get my Jimmy Smith jersey if we get Porter. I'll put it on.
I was wearing this Jimmy Smith jersey for good luck. I want a corner though, definitely.
Bro, but I don't want to tell you. So the thing is, the day I got my Anquan Bolden signed jersey was the day they traded him. And the day I got my Jimmy Smith jersey arrived in my mailbox was the day he tore his ACL the first time or second time, whatever it was. So I might be a little bit bad luck. I'm just rocking vintage from now on. Except for Marlowe. I think I do need a 44. Do we have a pick in it?
The pick is in. Whoever the Ravens take here at 22, if they stick, I'll buy the jersey. Hey!
Whoever it is, huh?
Seattle won JSN.
Thank you.
I mocked that too. I knew Seattle was going to go him. It just makes too much sense. It really does.
Bro, we got one more pick. If one of these next 2 picks isn't Porter or Banks, we have our stud corner, and now we can go toe-to-toe with Kansas City in the postseason. And that's what I want. And you know what? After the draft, get a corner here, and then after the draft, then sign Marcus Peters and Justin Houston, and let's really go and put our plums on the table. You know, there's no such thing as halfway crooks.
I still think we need a little more receiver help. I really do.
But yo, can you get a receiver? Can you get a Tillman at 86? You think?
Maybe not Tillman.
Tyler Scott?
Probably.
You think?
Probably, maybe. It's all.
And I like that. I like the kid out of Michigan State too.
Jaden Reed? Yeah,
I take him at 86 for real. If you get a stud corner here, I would take Jaden Reed at 86 and flip Duvernay for a 5th or whatever, and get a developmental pass rusher there. You know?
Yeah, Foco.
Yeah, he's all right. I don't mind him. I only watched like one game of his, to be honest. Out of respect for you, I watched one game of his.
His mom started liking my post about him, so I gotta take it through.
Me and Ken got into a thing talking about Louisville edge rushers, and I was talking about how I kind of like Diaby because he's got some juice and some pop, and he's kind of got that. You know, he's got a little bit of that Elvis Dumeril like leverage type of thing. And what's the other Abdullah? Yasir Abdullah.
Yeah.
His entire family like jumped in on the combo. And they were like, Abdullah's underrated. Like it was like his whole family. Like it was like a whole and I honestly I appreciated it. I moved him up 2 spots on my board just out of respect for familial.
Hey, you got to respect it. If your family's willing to go to war for you to get the extra extra $10,000 in that check, you know what I mean?
If your family isn't willing to go to war with you, you need your family.
Right. What are the Chargers? I mean, the Chargers got to go like tight end here. They got to do. They could go wide receiver, but
Zay Flowers is a good nice pick here. I like Zay Flowers here.
Jason, go play in that rain.
Well, because they just paid J.C. Jackson, so don't pick a corner, and then plums on the table. Just don't get too cute, DaCosta, and think that you're going to move back 5 spots and get a developmental, edge rusher from a MAC school with a 8-second 3 cone, and you're going to develop him. Take a good corner here.
What about
Take a good
Foskey?
I love Foskey. I'm higher on Foskey than like Notre Dame fans. I really am. He's my number 6 edge right now. I think I don't know what it is, but he has a lot of judon in his game to me. Just like his movement skills, just like his body. I mean, like we saw Judon come up. Year 1 he was, bull rusher. Year 2 he added a little bit. I mean, he's still just essentially a bull rusher, but he's got a little bit of like inside ghost. He's got a little bit of a few other things, but you can get a guy like that in the 3rd round. I mean, running the card. I think Judon is one of the best picks of Ozzy's entire tenure. Picking a guy like that. And what was it, the 5th at Grand Valley State?
4th, I think. Thought it was the 4th. Thought it was like a comp pick in the 4th.
I think it was 5th, bro. I'm going to look it up.
While you do that, I'm going to grab the other 6-pack.
So, Matthew Judon.
Would you say 5th round?
5th round, 146 overall.
That isn't. I guess that isn't considered the 4th round. Well. Experiencing some technical difficulties here. Let's see what happens. Well, here we are. I guess we'll. Here we go. Black.
Did we get the 21st pick yet?
Pick is in.
Honestly, I saw one of the 2 corners, man. I like Banks more than Porter. If you get one of the 2 corners here, you already signed Beckham this offseason. You already got Lamar to a 5-year extension today. I mean, this is a home run. This is I'm going to remember this day until my great grandkids, if I make it that long, kind of day.
I think the Ravens are going to hold the Giants for the money and dump them over and take some pick.
You dump who? Lamar? What are you talking about?
No. I think the Ravens are going to – the Giants – is Will Leviston pick that?
No.
I think the Ravens are going to – they're going to trade back. I really do. I don't want them to, but I think they will.
Bro, just take a corner here. Just take your corner here.
They're stubborn.
It's a bad move, man. You're gonna move back and get Cam Smith, or you're gonna move back and get Darius Rush. It's the next tier down. Don't tear down for a jag situational developmental, Jalen Ferguson type. That to me is not a good strategy.
Jalen Ferguson.
May he rest in peace. But I'm just saying, like, you're gonna get what is it like 50% of first round picks bust? What is the percentage of third round picks bust?
30, well, 70.
Right. And I'm saying it. So we're gonna get another tier down corner.
Quentin Johnson to the Chargers.
That's a good pick. I like
How
that
about
pick.
it?
Now take our damn corner here. Take our corner. Take our corner. Stop playing around. It's time to get Banks.
I wanted him, damn it. I fucking wanted him. I don't care.
I wanted him too, bro. But get our corner. We got 2 corners on the board. Stop playing. Trust your fucking scouts. And let's go.
They got 3 players they want here, Voss. They're moving.
How many further down are they going though?
I don't know, but they're moving.
Who else what's the third? Who's the third?
Nolan Smith, Banks, and Porter.
Man, I don't want Nolan Smith, man. There was no edge rusher in the entire NFL last year that played sub 240 pounds. Did you know that?
I thought Hassan Reddick. What happened to him? He's not sub 240?
No. He's like 255 or something.
Well, we'll see. We'll see here. 622 for me. It's we'll see if this is the pick is in or for
Carry this a minute while I eat some pretzels and mute this.
that was a good pick by the Chargers, though. I think that they needed someone that can work in the middle. I think Keenan Allen, he's like a outside slot receiver. He's like separate out routes, corners, and then you got Mike Williams on the outside, big body possession receiver. So that was a good pick, honestly. Probably one of my favorite picks so far in terms of fit, because we know that I'm blanking on the name, but the Cowboys' former offensive coordinator, he'll have him cooking. Are we going to ad? Or the Ravens pick comes up and we're going to ad? No, come on. This commercial better be fucking quick. Unbelievable. Now we're going to ad about Corona. Come on.
You talk about Jason Garrett, the clapper?
His coordinator, Dan
Quinn.
No, not the offensive coordinator.
Kellen
Moore.
Kellen Moore. Thank you, Kellen Moore.
He'll have him going.
All right, bro. So what's the move here? Brass tacks.
I think it's drop back, honestly.
Plums on the table.
I think it's drop back.
Why? What are you gonna get? A freaking early 4th? You got 3 guys you like, essentially, right? That's what we said?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, just stick and pick, man. Just take whoever you have grade higher between Porter and Banks. That's my pick. If they go somewhere else in here, I may be a little hot. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm just gonna warn you.
Yeah, no. If they take anything else here besides a corner, or maybe even an edge rusher, that would be abysmal. A guard here is ridiculous. That's not even in consideration. I can
live with my Miles Murphy. I can live with Miles Murphy.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Of course, they got to give us an ad right at the Ravens pick.
I mean, they always disrespect Baltimore, bro. That's how they do it. Remember after we won a Super Bowl and they gave us an away game. They just technically when we were trying to get an expansive franchise said that Baltimore should build a museum. And then we sold out every home game after that, after we got Cleveland, for 25 years, 20 years. Every single home game we sold out. So, yeah, they disrespect Baltimore, but that's okay. I'll take the underdog mentality. I like the underdog mentality. It usually gives us like a point or 2 points in the playoffs on the point spread, I would say. All right,
Yeah.
let's get our pick. Come on. It's time for our pick.
All right, I'm gonna use it. Wait, make sure this next. Oh, we're back.
Just
Never mind.
go ahead, bro.
Now we got 219, 218. Oh, no, they're trading. It's too late. They're already down to 2 minutes under. I told you, boss. They're moving back. Unless this pick is in. Nah, the last time I said pick was in, someone moved out. Lamar, there's Lamar signing today. It puts a little small wrench in my opinion. They had to make him a promise about a wide receiver. They had to.
What do you think the promise was?
If we can't get D Hop, we'll get you Zay Flowers.
So remember last year, everybody was saying, "Oh, DeCosta was saying." DeCosta said, "Lamar said, just give me offensive lineman. That's all I need." So that was a lie, right?
The pick is in, boss.
Come on, give me Deontay Banks.
You're not getting them, boss. I'm already telling you. I looked at their board. Where it's not a corner. It's not a fucking corner.
Dude, don't play with me like that.
I'm sorry, man. Hopefully it's in a guard though. It is offense. I don't know if it's a guard though. If it's a guard,
you know it's not a corner, but you don't know a position. Come on.
Osiris Torrance, I'm turning the stream off.
Yeah. I will literally go out onto 43 and start lighting cars on fire.
How about Zay Flowers? Come on.
I'll take Zay Flowers.
Let's turn this into Kansas City. Let's have an elite pass offense. How about it? Who need? Hey, we just need a middle of the road defense. That's all we need. That's all we need.
Give me the pick, bro.
I think it's offense, boss. I really do.
Why are you playing with me?
I told you they made a commitment. They made a commitment today. They made a $185 million commitment. Okay, I'm not spoiling it. Nope, get off my screen. They made a $185 million commitment, boss.
I know who it is.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
It should have been Johnson, man. It should have been fucking Johnson.
Nah.
Goddamn Chargers.
I like it. I like the picks. I don't love it, but I like it. And I think you were probably on to something about Lamar's demands.
Zay Flowers is a Raven.
That's it, buddy. Let's go.
Well, like I said, we can have an elite pass offense. Let's create some leads and let's crank up the pressure. But
he was my second player that I wanted on the board. Deontay Banks was the only guy I wanted before him, not Joey Porter. And I'm pretty enthralled, pretty enthused, pretty excited about the Ravens taking their pass offense seriously at this point.
Definitely. It's a wonderful pick, honestly. And I don't know how, but I don't know how the Ravens can get back in the first round. They don't have a second round pick. I don't think they can. But these corners falling is crazy. No way. I think Minnesota here, it's Will Levis. I really do. So that I think that'll go down for a while. the Ravens passing on Banks and Porter for Flowers, but I think in the long run, Banks is Flowers is a good pick in my opinion. Take it away.
Yeah, I think it's a very good pick. It's not my number one guy, but I cannot gripe too much about my number two guy. I think that you need a succession plan at receiver, probably more than you do on the offensive line or the defensive line. And I like the way Flowers gets off of press. I think he has enough explosiveness, enough juice, enough dynamic playmaking ability to line up as either a slot or a Z. Again, I like Banks. I like Forbes. But I think the fact that DaCosta took Flowers is an indication that he has a handshake deal with either Rocky Sin or Marcus Peters. And, if that's the case, I'm in. They finally went the overkill route, and I think Zay Flowers is an A+ pick.
Definitely. Now, we have the vertical speed with Flowers. You got the separator in Bateman. You got the separator in Beckham. We got three guys that can separate now on the outside. So, is that? I think that's Kika in the front row of the Ravens. The Ravens party. They showed the Ravens watch party. But I'm feeling good. Anyone who wears cardiac glasses is a win in my book.
Yeah, no doubt. So, give me the off the cuff receiver, snap share or predictions, or how do you see this? Because now we got some damn receivers. So, how do you see it breaking out?
Well, I think Duvernay's got to be gone. I really do.
So you're going to trade him tomorrow?
Yeah, I would. If you get a late fourth, early fifth, I would do that.
Yeah.
I feel like now you can split snaps with Bateman and OBJ. Like you can flip them around, move them around, slot, outside.
Absolutely.
You can do whatever you want with them. And then with Flowers,
Flowers is the same thing, bro.
Yeah,
he's a slot RZ.
I was about to say, you can move all of them around. So, here's my question. I'm not worried about them. I'm more worried about Aguilar. We paid him $5 million. Like, where is he coming in when we're up 40?
$3.5 million. $3.5 million. You know what? I'd rather pay a fifth wide receiver $3.5 million than a first fullback $3.5 million.
No, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, like,
Casey. Who knows? Who cares? Let the cream rise to the crop. This is apparently a team that is all of a sudden putting all their eggs in the pass offense basket after 3-4 years, 10 years, whatever, of fading it. And I'm here for it. I think Kansas City showed us last year. They had essentially five starting caliber receivers. Sky Moore was a second-round pick rookie. So, okay, maybe he's not the best guy. Best example, but that's a lot damn better than a 6th-round small school 26-year-old, So I think DaCosta is with the times and with the trends right now. And I would have loved one of those corners right there. But again, I said Banks would have been my first choice, but Flowers is my second, above Porter. Porter. Excuse me, Porter. So, yeah, um, board broke good for once, and let's go beat the Chiefs. Come on.
This has been a weird draft. None of the Will McDonald, Jack Campbell, and Jahmyr Gibbs, all second round prospects in my opinion, going in the first, and not in the first, not in like the back end of the first, and the middle of the first. It's so weird. It really is. I mean, JSN going to Seattle, I always thought that made sense to me. But it's just the board broke in the Ravens' favor, and here's my thing.
Yeah.
What do you think Zay Flowers is available at 25?
Bro, what are you going to move back with 25 for? What's that going to do for you? You want to get a 5th round pick? A 4th round pick?
Yeah, fourth round pick.
I'm not sweating that, man. I'm really not. I'm really not sweating that. I think I had Zay Flowers. Honestly, when pushing into shove, I think Zay was probably my most coveted receiver in this entire draft class. So the question for me now is, you want to put your plums on the table, Eric DaCosta. How about you move up for one of these star cornerbacks now? Because that's where my head is. If you want to really put your plums on the table, let's go get one of these big time blue chip cornerbacks.
I mean, you would have to package like Queen and 86 to really try and get up there, if you know what I mean.
I mean, sounds good to me. I'm going to take a corner at 86 regardless.
Right.
And Queen to me is highly replaceable by a platoon of Josh Ross and Geno Stone. I think the defense is better off without a second linebacker on the field in dime defense. I like dime defense. And now that you have all these dynamic playmakers on offense, presumably, hopefully, you're going to be playing with a lead, and you're going to have teams chasing points. And when teams chasing points, I don't want to be a nickel. I want to be in dime. Does that make sense to you, Elise?
Yeah. No, I get that. Just real quick before I visit that again, I think Zay Flowers is the perfect year late Hollywood replacement, which the Ravens love doing a year out replacements. And
the Ravens why?
Jordan Addison goes here at 23. That is surprising. But yeah, I think Flowers is the perfect Hollywood replacement in my eyes. But yeah, I think if the Ravens can flip Queen, I think that's a good idea. I don't. Dime and Big Nickel are the future defenses. Well, not even the future. Now is years of Dime and Big Nickel and being able to play more defensive backs on the field and less defensive linemen and linebackers. So if they can find a way to get a safety that can play strong safety and kind of use Hamilton as a chess piece and move around, not to pigeonhole Hamilton back into the slot like they did last year. I think that's a good idea. I think Adrian Amos post draft May 1st I think is when that expires. I think that's a good signing in my opinion. Adrian Amos for 1 year, $4 million, $5 million. I think that's a nice strong safety that you can be able to put Hamilton wherever you want him to.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, let's see how the defense continues to take shape. I think this is a nod to the Ravens not getting the Andre Hopkins, which I think is probably a good move. Now they are at a reasonable, perhaps even above average investment level in the wide receiver core. So the last missing piece is pass defense, and they can attack that on day 2, and attack that on day 3, and attack that in the third wave of free agency. So I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty amped. I gotta bang on a couple articles here. If you want, we can jump back to another instant if they make another strong move.
Definitely. And just real quick before we bounce out, the Giants. Okay, never mind. It had it for a second. The Giants had 24 and 25, and I was worrying if they were doubling down. That would I would do it. I would do it. Give me Banks and Porter back to back, and the Giants. Who cares, man? Who cares? You know what I mean?
You take lockdown corners in every game. That's a weekly advantage every week.
Exactly.
I love that.
But,
I love cover corners. You know that.
Definitely, yeah. But hey, I appreciate you for joining. This is I did link this to the RavensWay podcast channel, so this will be the first video on there. And we will obviously we'll be back tomorrow night for day 2 and day 3, unless the Ravens.
Zay Flowers, man. We got a stable of playmakers now. Add a little pass defense, a little more pass defense, and I think, the Chiefs are going to have potentially a little comeuppance. So I like the way this offseason is trending at this point.
Definitely, I think you add Rocky Sin, you add Justin Houston, and then the 3rd and 4th round, maybe you do what you want. At that point, who cares?
Yeah,
you gotta have some insurance. You're gonna have to pick and choose for those spots. So in my opinion, my favorite player at 86 is Zavala, the Chandler Zavala, the guard. I think pass protection is important, and I think at this point you're not going to have a corner there at 86 that's going to be able to equalize Zavala's
I don't know,
impact.
bro. I like this cornerback class. So I'll give the counter perspective. I think Cleveland can be an adequate guard, and if you want to have someone that's only adequate and not above average, left guard is a spot to have it. I think he can be a plus pass protector, and I think he can be a serviceable run blocker. So to me, I want pass defense, and there's a couple guys, and we'll see how the board falls, but Darius Rush is definitely my guy. He's my guy. Darius Rush is my guy for sure. You can get a little bit deeper on the board, but Corey Trice, that's like a deep sleeper. Like, you're not going to find too many 4th round corners. I think he's a 4th rounder. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's a late 3rd rounder that have Pro Bowl potential. And I know, some people like Julius Brents. He's got those really long arms. I don't quite co-sign on his, movement skills downfield, balance, etc. But I do think there might be a nice little starting caliber corner at 86. So I like the way DaCosta played this. This is the Ravens way 3.0, and I'm here for it. I'm happy to see it.
Hey, we've been waiting for that for a year, for the Ravens to
year, bro, like 6 years.
Yeah, but ever since me and you've been talking, we've been waiting for the Ravens way 3.0. Last year was 2.0 because they decided to go back inside and build up the spine, but now we're back outside. We're back with the wings, and we're fucking flying right now. So my pick is Starling Thomas. Starling Thomas is one.
That's your boy, UAB, right?
Yeah, UAB. Yeah, look. We take him in the 4th round. I know 4th round, you're not expecting a lot of the corner, but I think that is my guy. Zach Harrison, 86. Starling Thomas, 124. I got no complaints about this draft at all. But
so the corner still haven't went? I'm scrolling down right now.
Well, the pick is in for the Giants, so let's we'll see this last pick. See See if the Ravens, were right on the corner, so to say, that they didn't go until 2 picks later. But
yeah, well, you know what? If they make a strong move, power move to jump back up, we'll jump back on tonight. If not, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. I got to get to a couple of things over here as far as Baltimore beatdown. But thank you for tuning in. And I think maybe, just maybe, we just had a little bit of impetus to make the Ravens a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more offensive centric, and this is the path. I'm really excited to see the 2023 Baltimore Ravens at this point.
definitely, as the Mandalorian says, this is the way. And I tell you what, we are definitely a top 16 pass offense now, without a doubt. Deontay Banks, corner, gone, Giants. Good pick. That's a good pick. But we will end it on that. We will end it on my guy. We will end it on our guy.
Porter's gonna go next. Honestly, maybe we move up for Ringo in early tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You bring Marcus Peters back, or I like Peters more than Rock personally.
I agree.
So you bring him back, and let's go to war, man. Let's cook. I like it. I like this entire Lamar Jackson contract standoff. Put a little dark cloud, a gray cloud on top of the entire franchise. It put the Ravens up on the pedestal. It exposed some of their flaws, and I think it made them more aggressive. So all's well that ends well. You got Lamar, you got Beckham, you got Flowers, you got a damn good-looking receiving core at this point, and maybe this was a little bit of a silver lining that the Lamar contract standoff that is now resolved. How funny is that to say? Beneficial long term. Put a little bit of fire where fire needed to be.
Hey, 20 hours ago, if you said that the Lamar Jackson contract standoff was going to be over and the Ravens were going to go receiver first round, like, yeah, no. We're going to tag him and we'll get a corner and we'll you know what I mean? But now, hey, we're all, I mean, as far as my concern, we're all in. We're all in on the offense. So I'm down with it. It's an offensive league. Let's fucking ride.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's break out and we'll catch up soon.
Yep.